Eminem and Juice World are back again, and those two kind of hold a special place in my YouTuber heart because about 3-4 years ago, when I started to dive into this YouTube stuff and really started to take it seriously, Eminem and Juice World were my very first reaction video I ever did. If y'all remember the Godzilla music video.
Mike? M, is that you? I ain't mean this. Please, man, I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
So you know I had to get up in this chair. You know I had to cut the camera off and give my first reaction to this one. If Godzilla is anything to go off of, these two are going to sound great together on this one. Y'all know the drill. Roll one up, hit that subscribe button, and let's get it.
Roll it up, lace it, pop a few to chase it. I'm in my own matrix, none of this shit makes sense. I've been in the matrix, none of this shit makes sense. All you humans basic, you don't even get home training.
You know, knowing what I know about Juice and how he went out, RIP Juice, of course, all that, you know what I mean? But to continue to hear about popping pills and lacing shit, that kind of has me kind of concerned, and it's kind of like I kind of throw my hands up like, when are we gonna stop this? You know what I mean? I don't mean to get all on my D1 shit, but man, this just ain't it, bro. I don't want to continue to hear about the same stuff that took Juice World away from us. You know what I mean? I kind of just, you know, kind of checks me out of it. You know what I mean? Maybe calling the song "Lace It" and knowing, you know, Eminem's past and shit. Maybe we, you know, they sum it up. Maybe they bring it full circle, some type of way. But for right now, kind of struggling to stay with it already. Just hearing a little bit of what I heard and what I'm assuming is the hook.
Grinding, man, I'm hungry for this shit like I ain't ate yet. You wish that you could have what I could have. You could just say that. If you ain't my little bitch, them combos you could save that. These niggas think they invincible till they see them bullet holes in they Maybach. Roll it up, lace it, pop a few to chase it. I'm in my own matrix, none of this shit makes sense. All these humans.
And that's why you see a lot of rappers get these bulletproof cars now. He said, y'all think you're invincible until there's bullet holes in the Maybach. You know what I mean? You gotta protect yourself.
Coding by the case, I've been purple rain.
You pop some ecstasy first, it gets progressively worse. Try your best to reverse. Unsuccessfully flirting with certain deaths and reverting to your promethazine urge.
Okay, now M sound like he about to kind of put the cherry on top and kind of gonna bring this full circle. Sounds like he's gonna get on some deeper type shit, and I'm ready for it. By the way, this joint is not laced.
Pop some ecstasy first, it gets progressively worse. Try your best to reverse. Unsuccessfully flirting with certain death and reverting to your promethazine urge. The fucking devil, he lurks. Lose your best friend, he smirks. You start slow, then before you notice it, now you're mixing oxys without prescription. Caught medicine Valium with them, but ain't that how addiction sorta works?
Yeah, bro, and who knows addiction better than Eminem? You know what I mean? He's been sober for what is it, like 15 years or something like that. So shout out to M on the sobriety and shit. But it's definitely, I know he was a fan of Juice. It's probably got to fuck with him knowing what he knows about how Juice went out and he's riding the sobriety train. You know what I mean? And M's a lot older and Juice never got past that. He never got past where M got to get sober and shit. He never lived long enough. So yeah, I'm actually getting deep on this subject.
Oxys without prescription, caught medicine Valium with them, but ain't that how addiction sorta works? They call it lean cause you gravitate and lean towards the perp, the blessing or the curse of fame cause
they call it lean cause you gradually lean towards the perks. They call it lean cause you start leaning towards other drugs. They be talking about weed's a gateway drug and shit, but bro, I don't believe that for a second. I don't think anybody does. But all those other harder drugs, I definitely see how they can make you lean towards other harder drugs and it can just spiral out of control.
The blessing or the curse of fame, cause now you can afford to serve Percocet and Percodent, but that ain't what you meant when you said that you're in it for the perks. Develop a habit out of that.
Yeah, and of course M come with the crazy wordplay. You know, he's talking about you doing all those drugs, but now you can actually afford to get more drugs. You can afford to get the good shit. And then he comes around and he says, that's not what you meant when you said you were in it for the perks. Perks meaning Percocets, drugs, but normally when people say they're in it for the perks, they're in it for, you know, the the good stuff that comes along with it, the positives, the little bonuses that you get along the way.
Develop a habit out of that. Need a Xanax, not a rap, so you pop it before you record a verse. Your buzz wear down, yeah, like a rabbit out of hat. Makes you wanna pull your hair out.
Yeah, you call the wordplay, bro. Like a rabbit out of hat, it makes you want to pull your hair out. Hair is another word for a rabbit. You know, rabbits be a magician's hat. They pull them out, but pull your hair out.
Fentanyl, oxy, Demerol would possibly got shock G, Roxy, codeine is probably what got Lil Peep and
What'd he say? Oh man, he just listed off a bunch of drugs and said Demerol, but Demerol, what probably contributed to killing Shock G. And then I heard him say something about Lil Peep. Maybe he's gonna go down a list of things that possibly killed Peep. I like this kind of the scheme he's getting on.
Fentanyl, oxy, Demerol would possibly got shock G, Roxy, codeine is probably what got Lil Peep and ODB. So many who ODB, way too young to go see me. Synthetic heroin, you tried to kill me, then you murdered Jared, didn't you, bitch? Piece of shit. Thanks.
Murder who?
When you tried to kill me, then you murdered Jared, didn't you, bitch? Piece of shit. Thanks to you, now we lost Gangsta Boo and Pimpsy, Prince and Michael.
Is Jared? Is that Juice WRLD's real name?
Murdered Jared, didn't you, bitch? Piece of shit. Thanks to you, now we lost Gangsta Boo and Pimpsy, Prince and Michael. Mixing knife will get prescription rights, addictions like a fucking vicious cycle. Juice, we will forever miss you. To the younger generation, I ain't lecturing you, but man, just be careful when you
roll it up, lace it, pop a few to chase it.
Man, M added so much to this song.
Roll it up, lace it, pop a few, chase it.
Kind of eerie at the end there when Juice WRLD's talking about, you know, I'ma never die, knowing what we know and shit. But man, M, as he usually does, he added so much to this song. I think without him, if it was just Juice, it was kind of just another turn up song, another ignorant drug song, and that's no disrespect to Juice at all. But that is the type of music that he seemed to make, and people gravitated towards that shit because they saw themselves in Juice. So they kind of just related and instantly connected with that shit. But I don't 100% agree with what M said, especially at the end, or specifically at the end when he's talking about like all those drugs and shit. And he's like, I'm not going to preach at you, but just be careful when you roll it up, lace it. It goes back into the hook. It's time to preach that shit. You're the one to be preaching that shit. You've been through it all. You're on the sober train right now. You've been down low at rock bottom. Yeah, it's time to preach that shit. It's time for you to tell these people and stand on that shit. Don't be doing this dumb shit. You know what I mean? Addiction is addiction. And if you're already that far gone, you know what I mean? There's, you know, that changes things. But if you can help it and you're of same mind or whatever, and you're just want to try different things, no, don't be trying this dumb shit, because one time could be one time too many. As the song goes, I'll probably just give it some mids on the dope scale. It's nothing I see putting on the playlist, but that Eminem verse is definitely worth running back. And lastly, I'm gonna just leave with this. If you are going through some type of addiction, you know what I mean? Like I don't do the prayer thing, you know what I mean? I'm not a super religious person, but I am sending you all the love and all the strength that I can, that you can overcome that, and you can get on your own sobriety train. You know what I mean? And if you're already somebody that's on the sobriety train, bro, I'm incredibly proud of you for doing that. Because it's not easy. You know what I mean? I haven't seen it a lot firsthand, but I just know that it can't be an easy thing. You know what I mean? So shout out to you that might be going through your own journey. Super proud of you, and I know a lot of people close to you are proud of you as well. Appreciate y'all stopping by and kicking it with me today. If you fuck with the video that you just watched, consider hitting that subscribe button down below. Check out another video I covered by Juice WRLD popping up right here. And remember, if it's not too dope, then it's probably mids.